Welcome to Hasinnadrspace. We're going to look at a quick overview of the system for all spelljammers. The primary center of the system is Hasinnadrspace. Hasinnadrspace is a G-type star, pretty middle of the road. The important thing to know about this star is that it is obfuscated by a colored mist, kind of like a charismatic wall spell. It's kind of like that, except it's very large, and anyone who's tried to pass through the mist have been lost. It doesn't seem to change the power output of the star, so most people just kind of say, hey, let's leave well enough alone. From here, we'll go on to the first planet of the system, Korkan. Korkan is a behemoth water planet that is similar to the size of a star. In fact, it will probably turn into a star sooner or later. It doesn't rotate, it's also tidally locked to Hasinnadrspace. So given enough time, this will become a 2-star system. Up next is the second planet in the system, Hasinnadr. Hasinnadr is the second planet in the system. It's made of earth and water, and it houses pretty much all sentient life in the system. Some life started here. Most is spelljamming traffic that has moved in to the planet. This planet is pretty much the only destination in the system if you wish to trade or travel or see any other species that you can talk to. Up next is the third orbital object in the system. The third orbital object in the system is a portal to the plane of water. This portal just kind of appears as a donut shape. Obviously, if you pass through it, you can get into the plane of water. Sometimes there will be water out and about in the orbit around this portal. The fourth object in the system is an object known as Alfie. As we zoom in here to the fourth object in the system, Alfie, well, it is made out of Earth, and its planet is about half the size of a tiny little object that some of you may have heard of called Pluto. Again, nothing really lives on this planet. It's actually hollow. There is a remarkable feature about it, that it's actually hollow, and inside of it there's a whole nother planet. That planet has been named Dothi, and it's unsure what is going on with the civilizations inside there. So you should take some time to explore it if you're in the area. There are 2 asteroid belts in the Hasinnadrspace system. Monon is the closer belt to Alfie, and Holnan is a little bit further away. Monon is made mostly of earth and rock, and Holnan is made mostly of ice. Past that, we have the next planet in our system called Alea. Alea is the next planet that we're going to check out, and this planet is a little remarkable, not really recommended for visiting unprepared. Alea is made out of fire and about half the size of Pluto. This planet is also remarkable because inside of it, it seems to have another planet inside of it, just like the Alfie we saw earlier. The planet inside of this one is called Shindu Zidimindidia, and again, it's unsure what's going on inside that planet. Up next, we'll look at the next object in the system. The next object in our system is Lanus. So I can zoom into this, but it's not really going to get any bigger because this is a micro black hole. The black hole is about the mass of a typical star. It only has a radius of about 2 kilometers, though, so kind of hard to fall into this guy unless you really mean it. The next object in the system isn't really just one object. It's actually a cluster of 4, and we'll take a look at that next. This cluster of 4 planets is known as Artgal, Lemmus, Tormon, and Shredeli. Kind of zoom in here. So Artgal is kind of the one towards the center here. So we've got Artgal, Lemmus, Tormon, and Shredeli's over to the side there. We'll look at that in a second. So Artgal is made out of Earth, perfectly acceptable to land on, not very big. But hey, you could come check it out if you wish. There really doesn't seem to be anything out in this area except for pirates. We have Lemmus here, obviously a bit bigger, but it's also made out of air, so nothing to really land on per se. But it has been noted that some creatures have been seen inside of this planet. Over here we have Tormon. It's made out of water, so again, a bit more dense than the air planet Lemons. The most remarkable thing about Tormon is that it seems like whenever people visit here, they seem to just get tired, and it seems like going to sleep doesn't make them less tired. The few people that have learned to live on this planet say that it doesn't really affect them anymore. So just be aware that there's something funky going on there. So don't plan on getting a good night's rest on Tormon. Now, out of the 4 objects here, we had one of Earth, one of air, one of water, and so it seems ideal that the last one would be made of fire, but it's not. Shredeli is made out of Earth, and Shredeli looks a little strange. So let's take a look at it. So Shredeli does look a little strange. Again, it's made out of Earth. No one's really sure what happened to make this planet appear this way, but everyone knows one thing about Shredeli. It seems like the link between this planet and the afterlife is broken. Anyone who dies here, or anything that dies here, their spirit is permanently stuck here as a ghost or another undead. Because as they say on Shredeli, what dies on Shredeli stays on Shredeli. And that is it for our overview of the Hasinnadrspace system.